Hello everyone, and welcome to a Starcraft 2 replay. This is taking place on, what's the name of this map? Delta Quadrant. G is my Zerg opponent. Forgot to look up his stats, I don't know much about him, but I'm sure he's Diamond League because I'm 20th in Diamond. I usually get matched up that way. He is spawning in the, we'll call it the top left position, and the top right position I'm spawning as Terran. Not sending out, oh, okay, now he's sending out his Overlord Scout, and it is scouting in the right direction, so it will eventually find me. So I guess I'll speed up a touch here. I am doing my fast expand build on this map, although this map really sucks for it because your planetary fortress is over here, your ramp's way over here, so you get no help from the fortress. The only purpose of the fortress is that it defends the expansion itself. So we'll have to see how this works out. And yeah, I like to usually put up videos where it has like some sort of like theme and maybe just a little something to show you guys that like a technique you can use or a strategy to use or like how to handle certain things. But I think I'm just mostly putting up this match for entertainment purposes, and I'm going to play very poorly, and I'm sure my opponent will make lots of mistakes too, but I just felt really intense after this game, so I really wanted to share it. So Drone Scout is making it into my base. And looks like I'm going to end up sealing his drone in because he's not going to want to leave anytime soon. So Zerg is getting metabolic boost on his Zerglings and getting some lings out, but he doesn't actually need to do that. I wonder if he's actually scouted my expansion yet. Looks like he has now. I guess the drone... Not sure if the drone saw it on the way in. I mean, he came in from this angle, so I don't think he probably caught it. Well, it probably wasn't until he kind of skirted the edge here that he saw the fast expand. So he is responding with a fairly fast hat retriever for himself, which is a good response. I'm also coming off about a 3-game losing streak coming into this game. And, like, 3 pathetic losses. I mean, like, Zealots busted in my front door once. I'm like, jeez, I haven't seen that happen in a long time. Going back to, like, step 1 in this build order where I die to basically any sort of cheese people throw at me. And then I faced, like, a 1-basing Zerg and held off his initial rush and then died to his second rush. It was like I had the game in the bag. It was like I had double his harvester count, double his income, and all of a sudden Bailing's busting me and I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, he was bitching a little bit about how tough planetary fortresses are, and I needed to point out the fact that we give up a lot to get the planetary fortress. Mule isn't as good as a free expo. Well, that's debatable. I mean, yeah, I get my expansion up earlier than most Terrans, but a typical fast expand Terran build, the command center will come down later, but when it is put down, it'll be fully saturated, and you'll be getting dealt twice the mule count. So Zerg is well protected against all the sorts of harassment I'm not going to be sending at him. So and getting a lot of Zerglings. Yeah. When you're under no threats, like, why get the defense if you're going to get that many Zerglings? And when you're under no threats, you should really just be drone pumping. I guess that explains why I was in this game, because I felt like I really shouldn't have been. He got his expansions up fairly fast, and I don't know, I felt like I should have been behind, but I wasn't. So I guess now I know why. Only mean I was stockpiling minerals as per usual. This really has to be the focus on my game now because I'm doing it so often. My macro is actually getting worse the more I play. And finally scanned and spotted his Spire. He was tier 1 for quite a while. In fact, I'm beginning to believe this wasn't the best opponent ever. But yeah, when I play badly, it can become a close match. Let's throw a couple supply depots down here because this part of the map is just begging for Nidus Worm here, please. You know. It is a large interior map, and lots of mutas, and didn't pull back my SCVs. I tried to attack him with my Marine here and realized, oh, changeling. Great. Bad choice to stim there. I mean, he's got this cliff edge. Not only is he sniping my engineering bay, but this bounce is killing my Marines more than I'm killing his Mutalisks. Mutalisks are so annoying now. Now that they figured out this magic box thing where they completely counter Thors, like Thors don't do the damage versus them that they used to, they're almost, I'm not going to say invulnerable because you can steamroll through them, but on offense where they can just come in and harass and poke around, I mean, they don't have a whole lot to worry about. And regenerating the hit points as he pulls out. He's got a good 11 of them. Possibly more on the way. Bring up the production tab. Yeah, 3 more on the way, so he's going to have 14 soon. And of course, I forget to rebuild my missile turrets in the back of my base here. So, like, yeah, let's just leave myself open for the exact same attack twice in a row. I think I just... Nope, not yet. Like, pretty soon I'll figure out that I want to get range upgrade on my missile turrets. It makes it so much better versus junk like this. And yay, I'm dying again. For the income tab, you can see I'm down to 45 harvesters. Normally it'd be up around 60 at this point. Don't auto-repair here, I'm not focusing on this whatsoever. So just getting steamrolled. But at least the reason I wasn't focusing is I was going in for a counterattack. Got some Balings, I am pulling my Marines to the back, and I did have my Marauders spread out, so those Balings did very little damage. Looks like he didn't even have the centrifugal hooks either. Wow, look at all that larva! All the eggs and larva, wow. Looks like, well, he was harassing, I wasn't doing a whole lot either. So I did lose that expansion. So down to 2 pretty dry bases. At the same time, I've taken out his second, so he's just down to his 3rd now. And yeah, definitely time to get out of here. And with the Lings arriving, gotta send my medevacs as well. Not sure how many of those are going to survive though. They are a lot slower than Mutalisks. Oh, thank goodness he pulled back. Alright, so let's look at the situation. We got 45 harvesters over 26. 2 bases versus 2 bases. Army count is pretty even because, you remember, he does have a lot more harvesters. So if we're not including his drones, we're pretty even here. And he's got a lot of money in the bank where I'm almost broke, at least in terms of minerals. Notice I did pull all my SCVs off my Vespian. When you're in these situations like this, it does make sense to do everything you can do, even if you're oversaturating a base, just to get all the minerals you can. And Broodlords. Not ready for that whatsoever either. I guess when you're seeing that many Mutalisks, it's probably something you should expect. So just starting my production now, I'm like, oh, supply cap's great. They go for the counter. Yay, medevacs. The more chaotic a game gets, the lower I go down. So at this point in the game, I'm probably somewhere in the silver-bronze area. And yeah, by the end of this match, I'll probably be copper. That's right. Blizzard actually brought back the copper division just to describe how bad I played the end of this game. That was an awesome stim. Stim up 2 Marines and don't even use them. So I do stim and I try to snipe the hive, but yeah, that's not even close with that many mutas. So let's take a look at what we got here. We're both around 30 harvesters, so harvester count's back to about even. Army count is a lot versus none. Looks like I got a lot of his Overlord, so at least he'll be supply cap for a while. That's a pretty good pot shot I got there. Still just mining mostly from this one base. Just gonna move in with my Marines and some SCVs that aren't even on auto repair. Fail again. And now it even looks like I was focusing a little bit of Broodlords instead of focusing Broodlings instead of Broodlords. So yeah, that little counter thrust I did there was a big fail, and losing all these Marines. I do have a scout going around the base, so I am making sure I got him stuck to these two bases. Got 2 Marines and 1 medevac, or 1 Viking. And I got a bunch of Marines in the Viking, so we'll try this out, see how this works. So yes, come down to 1 Broodlord. Alright. Lost my command center, that sucks. Did I float it? No. I could really use the mules too. Third base going down from Zerg here. Let's see, income. 23 harvesters to 35. He's got about double my income because his base is more saturated than mine. Mine is on its last legs, down to 3 mineral patches. Army tab, both pathetically low. Looks like he's got a Broodlord and a couple mutas. Actually, let's bring up the units. 7 Zerglings. Well, I still got 15 mutas and 1 Broodlord. I got 5 Vikings and 14 Marines. Looks like I'm hunting around for the Broodlords. Not gonna find them. Too bad. I wouldn't be able to take that force. Got an Overseer. Better than nothing. Wow, that's a lot of Mutalisks. So doing a couple attacks, sending up my Marines to hit this base because I did spot it. Same time, I'm going to try to time it perfectly with these Vikings hitting his expansion. And his force is way out of the way. Looks like he's completely on offense at the back of my base. This is going to work out well. Both these attacks will work. Looks like he's trying to hide his drones. Same time, getting this drone count down pretty badly. And I decided to leave after taking out the drones. I am worried about the Mutalisks. And if the Mutalisks ever caught these guys, there's no way I'd be able to pick up and fly away. I would lose every single Viking I had. I'm pulling back to a missile turret. I think that turned out well, and these Marines took out that base, and they're just having a nice little tea party with the drones over here. Finally get that last Broodlord. Die, you bastard. Let's check out his kill count, just out of interest. Remember there's 2 more who got a bunch of kills as well. 6 kills. Not to mention all the buildings. Oh, tea party's over. I won the tea party. And sending my Marines back to my base.